Good day. We salute you, Mr. Too Many Christmas Decorations Guy.
Mr. Too Many Christmas Decorations Guy.
Only you can express Christmas with enough flashing lights to convince commercial airlines they're directly over Las Vegas.
Merry blinkety frickin' Christmas now.
You
New ideas. They're old school, but they worked for us. We used to buy for resale online, so we went to town several times a week to shop. Wednesdays were great for our favorite craft store. You never knew what you might find. Once we got 2 giant garbage bags of fake flowers. We gave some of them away as gifts. We ended up painting some black for the mausoleum and used the rest of them as grave decorations to go by the coffin we made from free pallet wood. So, with some dumpster diving and some creativity, you can save lots of money.
We sold online for about 5 years and never paid for any shipping supplies like bubble wrap, specialty boxes. We scrapped computers and sold lots of computer parts, and we built, our own. So when we purchased a few parts from a local computer shop, we asked if he had a few extra boxes. He threw them out daily, and we explained we ship parts quite often. He said we could get the old boxes from his garbage bin. He was throwing them out anyway, but we needed them. Saving anything from the landfill is a win in our books. Take the time to be respectful and get permission. If you ask first, you might be surprised. And they absolutely do not want you in there. You will save yourself from getting in a lot of trouble.
So, for Halloween, one of our favorite free supplies was styrofoam. We got large blocks and sheets of it, and it's an extremely versatile material. We got it free for years by going to our local furniture store. Jim went in and talked to the manager and asked if we could get some of the styrofoam that they were throwing away. They sent us around back to talk to the delivery guys that unload and unpack things. The guys in the back said no problem, started giving us some right out of the back of the store. And then they came out and opened up the bin for us, cautioned us to be careful, and asked us not to make a mess. Of course, we were extremely polite and assured them we wouldn't make a mess. We got so much great styrofoam, we insulated a shed, custom packed vintage speakers and stereo equipment for 5 years, upgraded dollar store tombstones into much larger and more substantial grave markers. They look so much better. You just stack the large blocks of styrofoam underneath the dollar store gravestones and paint the big squares to match. The tombstone comes with a metal part. We just hot glued that to the back of it and stuck it into the larger styrofoam base. It makes them much more impressive looking.
Yeah.
It was also great when we used it on the front of the mausoleum. We used a hot knife to create the brick and the stone patterns.
The furniture store also threw away giant sheets of black material that the couches came wrapped in. We grabbed this every time we saw it, and it also came in handy for many reasons. As background covers, we used it inside the mausoleum, inside the coffin to cover up the electronic parts and cords. We used it to upgrade dollar store hanging ghosts or zombies. We made the bodies longer and more substantial, like the expensive ones we saw. We even used it as a background for photo shoots a few times and by stapling them to the wall. We also got permission from the furniture store to take their pallets away each week. We had several people in town on our route that they had pallets. We had permission to pick them up. We built lots of things with the pallet wood. We will share projects as we tempt them. So make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss out.
We don't want you missing out. For wood, look for local construction sites where they're building rows of new houses. Jim worked in construction for years, so we already had a pretty good supply of wood. Like before, the most important part is to find somebody that will give you permission. Framers often throw the cutoffs or bad cuts into large piles close to where they're working. Later, they have to move it to the bin before the garbage guy shows up each week. So if you can help them and take it before they have to clean it up, it's less work for them each week. Jim collected stuff all year round for years. He had a metal rack with old bed frames and an old bicycle parts pile. These things came in so handy for things like flying ghosts and his ground pounder. What are they?
Mm-hmm.
Ground pounders. All of those props, those things, he would just go dig in his junk pile and find the things he needed. So if you have the space and the time, you can save a lot of money on these holiday projects by just collecting junk that other people don't want. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Like, subscribe, and comment. Questions are welcome. For your convenience, we are including the Lightorama help page in the description box for each video.
A mausoleum was a basic box built, 7 foot by 6 foot by 8 foot long. We planned on making one half Halloween mausoleum, and if you spin it around, the other side was going to look like Santa's workshop. It had Harbor Freight wheels on it to help move it. It also was a good storage for the rest of the year.
If you are interested, we might write a PDF with a little more details about how we did that. So if you're interested in that, just comment and maybe we can give you a few more details on that. It was a great build, and it was a lot of fun.
It looked really good.
It was so much fun.
It?
Our yard was so big it kind of anchored the whole show. It was the centerpiece of the whole show. So
it was great to decorate it.
Yeah, and we don't have the room in the yard nowadays to do something like that because we don't have.
Here.
But we really needed it for that yard was so big. It was amazing, and we loved it. So if someone had a really big yard and you need an anchor centerpiece for your show,
they do
so
look good.
It was so fun, and we had the skeleton in the middle. He put the PVC pipes
pipe up in it like bars,
like if it was the wrought iron bars, right? Yep. And then
had him
the skeleton was like kind of peeking out, trying to come through a little bit through the
bending the bars out.
Yeah, I'll try to find some of the video and insert that so you can see it. It was so much fun.
There's a video online somewhere where a guy built one, and it actually had where the skeleton yanked the bars out like that.
That was so cool.
Lunged out at you.
If I can find it,
cool.
If I can find it, I'll put that in the link as well.
Yeah, we'll have to find that.
So, anyways, thanks as always for stopping by and visiting. We appreciate it.
Yeah, very much.
And see you next week.
Peace out.
Oh, okay, I gotta click it here. Clicking the button don't work. Is it going? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. These are not revolutionary new ideas. They're old school, but they worked for us. We used to buy for resale online, so we went to town several times a week to shop. We scheduled those shopping trips to coincide with the garbage routes. Oops. Let's start over. We used to buy for resale online, so we went town.
He throws them away out daily, and we explain
right here.
Saving anything.
And you take the metal part that comes with. You take the metal part that comes with the tombstone, hot glue it to the back of it. Just one more time. Garbage routes from our favorite stores. You just stop and start over.
We will share projects
as we. We're going to share projects as we attempt them. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. One more time, say that for me. Okay. For wood, local construction sites, they're building rows of new houses. They're going to start all over. One more time.